The big challenge that every enterprise is facing is that the traditional network perimeter is just fading. The data is going to the cloud, SaaS application. Then the data is going to mobile devices. Some of these devices are not managed, BYD. The key question is, how do I remain secure? I've increased the attack surface, right? The bad guys are still there, except now they can attack more things. The other challenge is my regulators are still there, right? So how do I maintain visibility and control of that data once the data is everywhere outside my perimeter? In the new world of cloud, mobile, and collaboration, there is only one possible perimeter, and the data is that perimeter. So what does it mean for the data to become the perimeter? Think of data protection today, the state of the art. Fundamentally, we have three controls. We have DLP, right? And DLP is actually really good at understanding the data. Think of DLP and tagging as the way to classify the data. So we know what matters and what doesn't matter. So DLP is very smart about the data. But DLP is actually not very good at protecting the data because DLP can only block. Then we have encryption. Now, encryption is great at protection. However, protection is not very intelligent about the data, and therefore, encryption tends to encrypt everything. And then finally, we have the third control, which is identity. Now, identity is great because it protects access to the data. However, once identity grants access to the data, it's out of the way. You're on your own. So here's the big idea behind information-centric security. What if DLP and classification became the brain of encryption? So DLP would tell encryption, this is confidential, encrypt it. And then what if encryption became identity aware, right? So the encryption would basically know how to recognize the user that we can trust with the data. DLP and classification drive encryption. Encryption travels with the data everywhere. That perimeter is identity aware. So that every time somebody accesses the data, try to access the data, you have visibility and you control because you control the access. And that's information-centric encryption. And what's unique about it is the only way you can achieve that is you have to bring all the data protection together. You have to bring the DLP and the encryption and the identity all together in one single package, in one single solution. Now ask yourself the question, who can do that? How many companies can actually bring these three assets together? Only no one.